All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is Brother Mawar coming to you again with another Friday Face Against Esau. Before we get started here, I'd like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kadash. Double honor to the teachers, elders, and the apostles of great millstone. Likewise, brothers are there putting on the true faith and fearlessly feed the sheep. And to brothers and sisters tuning in, Shalom. And as usual, we're going to be bringing out from the mill scriptures here, speaking against the wickedness of Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man here in Great Babylon, America. And today I have a very interesting article here, and I'll share from personal experience with it, from what I observed concerning this particular situation that I'm going to be bringing out. But before we get started here with that article, let's go into the book of Jeremiah. Let's go into the book of Ecclesiasticus 14, starting with verse 5, and it reads, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?" And I want you to keep that in mind now, because this is Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man. He shall not take a pleasure in his good. There's none worse. There's none worse than he that envied himself, and this is the recompense of his wickedness. And if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. Now, I'm going to bring you this article because I'm going to share the screen here, if I could. Okay, and we're going to take a look at what, when you have an abased man in rulership, what happens? Okay, let's take a look here. This is going to be an article we're going to go look at here, and bear with me for 1 second, Salakia. Okay, and let's take a look here. So in this article here, when you take a look at it, okay, it says what? House panel considers pay raises for troops amid recruiting crisis. Now, there's no surprise there about the recruiting crisis. Hell, you have a time now where men think that women, okay, women think that men. You have Esau focusing more on turning your little boy into a girl and your little girl into a boy. You have the sodomite agenda, that's prevalent throughout the service. Okay, and in so much so, the men, okay, that are in charge, in positions of authority, like an NCO, non-commissioned officer, or a commissioned officer. Right now, they have to. They're forced into complying with this agenda in the military. And it is very, 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 very vibrant throughout the military. And those who recently left can tell you, for sure that that's how the case is. But let's take a look at this here. It says, Washington, a group of House Democrats and Republicans are pushing for the largest pay raise for military service members in history. California Democrat Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs said, some military families are starving. Think about that. Some military families are starving. Now, you have a nation that prides itself in being, the most powerful nation on this earth, as far as military force, as far as financial means, the petrodollar is used everywhere. Okay, as far as the entertainment, okay, music, movies, the works, the ways of Babylon is often reciprocated across this earth, okay? Because this is the place that everyone idolized. But here it's saying that some military families are starving. It says in San Diego, just in San Diego, we have 45,000 members of military families who visit the food bank every month, basically on welfare. This is fact. Okay, this is fact. Okay, and it says Jacob says the living condition for some service members are even worse. We have service members who are living in their cars or couch surfing because they cannot find a place to live, Jacob said. These are unnecessary obstacles that are bad, Holohan said. Okay, now let's stop sharing this here and we'll go back to that for a second here. Now, you have the military force between the reserve, okay, which will be the National Guard and the various reserve components. Okay, so you have the Navy, you have the Navy Reserve, you have the Marine Reserve, you have the Army Reserve, you have the Air Force and the Air Force Reserve. Okay, they all have a reserve component, and then the states have what is called their National Guard. Okay, their National Guard. So they're all part of the military. They're all part of DOD. Okay, all part of the military. The state government obviously controls the National Guard, and the state governor would be the what do you call it? The um, chief, okay, of the National Guard would be the chief of the National Guard, like commander chief, okay, of the National Guard, and you have the president who would be that of the active duty army, military services, okay, and also the reserve services that fall under under the federal government. Okay, now what they're saying, okay, and they're describing this a little bit, not as much as it probably really is. And I'll tell you what I saw when I served was there was a lot of service members whose only income was their drill pay. Okay, you got service members driving as long as 4 or 5 hours to come to drill to make a measly $150. Okay, and a lot of these service members actually were homeless, living on their cars. And I remember in the unit that I was in like that, we actually used to pool together to try to get these service members off the street. Okay, and a lot of the officers decided to use their networking to try to get service members a job. Okay, but what you have, this is something that you see going on heavy in the military. Okay, and let's go into the book of Jeremiah 49. Okay, and starting with verse 7, it says, concerning Edom, thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemashai of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? This is a serious question you got to ask, because when you think about it, the least you would expect if you are putting your life on the line, you are signing an 8-year contract at minimum, okay, with 6 of those would be active and 2 of those would be in what is known as the inactive reserve, okay, IRR, what they call it, IRR, okay, which they can still call you up. You would get at least food, okay, shelter, healthcare. Now, when you go back, okay, to the Vietnam era, okay, and this is the reason why you see most pictures out there, or, especially the older looking guys out there, they'll say, Vietnam vet, homeless vet, all those things, okay? And right now, everybody who basically had some type of deployment, overseas in a combat zone is a veteran, okay? And they have had this issue from the 70s. This is now 2024, and you have homeless service members. Think about that. You think about that, and then you think about what the rulers right now are doing as they send billions of dollars overseas, okay? As they turn around and they bring in, okay, really hired guns over here. We're not talking about the migrants or the poor jakes that are coming across, or people who are actually really coming across for asylum. We're talking about these hired guns, these military age, hired guns that they're bringing over here to stir up all the hell that's going to be taking place here in Great Babylon, America. Okay, so here you're looking at it. Okay, the result of when the base of man is in rulership, that they wouldn't even give that their troops, the people who are going to be called to defend this nation, to go over and give their lives overseas, don't even have food to eat. Families on welfare, okay, homeless, okay, and a lot of this homelessness is actually in the reserve and in the National Guard. Okay, a lot of those, they sometimes refer to them as weekend warriors. Okay, don't have a part to doggone piss in, and even on active duty, do not have a part to piss in. Okay, let's go into the book of Ecclesiasticus 13. Okay, starting with verse 4. Because Esau, what he does, and one of the things that happened a couple of years ago, and so why you see a lot of Jason Wynham still stuck in, is this. When we go into this, it says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear, and will not be sorry for it. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee, and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair, and say, what wantest thou? Now, they're talking about pay raises here. And one of the biggest things, when you go to any of these military websites, what you are going to see is, $30,000, $40,000 bonus, $100,000 bonus, all that stuff with that. Then you'll see, 3 years, but it's not actually 3 years that you're signing up for, and you don't actually get that money. Of course, half of that goes right off into federal taxes, okay, and it's paid over an increment time. During the C-19, many of the service members who wanted to refuse, okay, the jump juice could not do it because they couldn't get out because they're taking the bonus, okay, the recruiting bonus, okay, and they were threatened with, first of all, not only can you not walk away because you'll be considered AWOL and you'll get a dishonorable discharge, some of you are going to get court-martialed, okay, but you also have to pay back that bonus. And they're not going to turn around and say, well, okay, just pay the bonus that you haven't been paid. They're going to charge you for the entire bonus. So if you sign a piece of paper that says you're going to get $40,000 bonus and you got, let's say, $20,000 bonus, because you'd already served the first 3 years, okay, what they're going to do is they're going to charge you $40,000. You didn't even get the other $20,000. Okay. And this is what was going on. So a lot of service members roll their arms up, okay, roll their sleeve up, and they bow down to the order for the simple fact was that they were under duress, okay, the financial duress, okay? The first thing they would do is say, you're in a breach of contract. And they force them. And this is the one thing, this is a trap that happens a lot, okay, for those who join the military, okay, they take that bonus, okay, and jig them. And I'm really only talking about jig them because in reality, you doggone Edomite should be in your doggone military. You should be fighting for your, okay, freedom and for your land. Okay, we have our king who's going to come back, okay, and redeem the elect or the great Babylon America. But for the jig stemmer here, because basically when you run to Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man, you're not running for comfort, you are running for death. In fact, let's get that in the book of Isaiah 31:1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt, which this place is known as spiritual Sodom, Egypt, for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots. Great, powerful military force is usually the last option that you would do if you join the military, whether you go in the National Guard, the Reserve, or active duty, or did all three of them, okay, whatever rank you go into, okay, usually it's out of complete and utter desperation, okay, utter complete desperation. Because you can see right here, if you're in the military and you're homeless, living under your car, and you are still doggone wearing a doggone monkey suit, you've got to be desperate. Okay, so it is for the desperate, for the poor. Okay, you don't see any of these rich politicians, you don't see any of these rich rulers putting their doggone kids through that. In fact, you don't even see any of these rulers. I think the last several rulers, okay, of Great Babylon America, never served a doggone lick. No reserve, nothing. Never crawled under the doggone wire, never went down in the mud, never eat that damn MRE, okay? Or take a crap in the freaking outhouse, what they call Porta Johns, okay? Never went out in the desert, 130-degree temperature, dust up in your doggone eyes, getting inoculated against your will every year. That's part of your service contract is you gotta let us stick you to about 20 different needles every year. Okay, when you go to this man for comfort, it is always death. You might as well just run into a damn friggin' doggone someone stand up there with multiple swords and just run right into it, that it just pierce your heart and get over and done with. Okay, that is what that's basically what it's like to go down to Egypt. Okay, for security, there is no security. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariot, because they're many, and in horsemen because they're very strong. They look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither see the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. If you don't know that you're a Hebrew Israelite, if you don't know the Lord has not waking you up yet, then you don't know. But especially you have men going on the highway and the byway, thousands of videos are put up, okay, in a month, okay? Tons of platforms that we use, okay? Because, hey, if YouTube take it down, we put it on another platform. If they kill one channel, we build about 10 more, okay? They can't stop this. Okay, we're like that busy beaver. Okay, you pull a dam down, we're gonna build another one up. The busy beaver will build up another one, because that's just the way it is. This is what our job is. This is all our job is to do. Okay, and we do it we do it continuously. Okay, so those bonuses are a trap. Jake them are trapped up inside that. What you see going on right there, okay, is when you have the base of men who don't even take care of the men and women. Okay, because now women are in it, that put their ass on the line. Again, and I open up and I say, who was evil to themselves, whom would he be good? Think about it, Jake. Think about it. The strength and the dominance of Great Babylon America has been through its military force. You think these nations would bow down to this place if it wasn't for the fact that this place has what, 20 aircraft carriers, thousands of doggone fighter jet, Generation 6 fighter jet, bombs, all kinds of stuff. And the whole world uses the petrodollar. Okay? They wouldn't be scared. Okay, and this is why you're seeing right now the Lord has raised up the Medes, okay, with a conglomerate of other nations to combine their forces to come up against Great Babylon America. Let's go into the book of Daniel 4 and 17, because we understand why everything is the way it is, because we understand who's actually sitting in the rulership seat. Okay, we understand who the earth is given to. We understand who's controlling Great Babylon America. We understand, we know their faces. We know what they're all about. Okay, this is Daniel 4 and 7. He says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man. So really, everything you see going right here, the fact that Esau allows his service members and to starve, be homeless, okay, sick, do not provide anyone that has put their ass on the line any form of help, because there's always a, when everyone who has served in this damn man's military now has some type of issue from being injected over and over and over with whatever hell serum, okay, they have those damn syringes. And they call it, this is part of your medical shit, okay? Along with, you got to do your APFT and then your medical shit, okay? And what job do you know out there where you have to get immunization? Why is the National Guard getting immunization when you're supposed to be a service, that deals with state issues, not overseas? Of course, they took them and now they go overseas, okay? Or is it 1 weekend a month? Which, of course, it doesn't work that way like that. I mean, the contracts are 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks of the year, but it's anything from that. Most of these reservists are doing more like doggone, an entire week a month, okay? And their AT is not no doggone 2 weeks, it's more like a doggone 6 weeks AT. And whatever whim, they change the rules over and over. So there's always like when you breach of contract, but for some reason, it only applies to when that service member, okay, doesn't do everything that they say. But Esau can then change it at will. And they go, well, your ass is now the government's. Is it? But you see, that's why they put those bonuses out there like that, because they put you under financial duress. But it says, let's continue on here. It says, to the intent of the living may know that the Most High rule in the kingdom of man and give it to help whomever he will and set it up over it the basis of men. You wonder why you are filth, air is polluted, you're sick, you're coughing, your skin itches all the doggone time, the water's poisoning you. Every week now they're coming out and they're showing, that this food is poison, this food is making you sick, it has plastic in this and plastic in that. And we're at this stage right now, because I don't even sweat and worry about it. I should have been dead a whole long time ago for the crap I've been eating. Okay, and a lot of you brothers can say the exact same thing too. I mean, our bodies filled with a lot of stuff. But Tawadi, Yahbashim, Yahshabashim, Kakadash, he's preserved us. He has preserved us because he already know. Again, it says who? The matter decree of the watches and the demand of the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High rule in the kingdom of man. The Most High, Yahbashim, Yahshua already know this man is going to put plastic in your food, okay? Put dog shit in your damn water, have you drinking sewage water. He knows all the wickedness man is going to do. And that's the reason why he has preserved our body. We're still strong as ever, okay? In this current flesh, despite all of the deeds of this wicked man. Let's go into the book of Ecclesiastes 8 and start verse 11. Because they don't have any fear. Esau don't have any fear. Everything is a trap. Everything is well thought out. The bonus that traps you in the doggone contract. Then we can inject you with medicine, because guess what? The pharmaceutical companies need to have subjects, and we're sick of doggone using rats. Why don't we just use rats, okay, in camouflage clothes or ACUs or BDUs, whatever they want to change it, or dress blues or dress grays, okay? And there's nothing you can do about it, because we're going to keep you as poor as possible, and we're going to constantly have you trapping on the contract that they don't have to honor their part of it, but you have to, because it's a what? Financial duress. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the Son of Man is fully set in them to do evil. And that's all we see is just evil from this man. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that should be well with them that fear power, which is us, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before power. Okay, now to us, you know, the rulership of this man it seems long to us, okay, because we have a finite life. It's not infinite like the Most High Yahweh Shemashah and the Son, okay, or the heavenly bodies. We have a finite life, so every day we go through misery of 24 hours in a day, and it's just what 3/4 of it is miserable because you what if you sleep for 8 hours. To those who actually get 8 hours sleep, that's the only time you might have some peace. That's not even peace because all you have is damn nightmare because your brain is freaking doggone giving you reciprocating the doggone shit you experience in when you awake. Okay, so there's no peace, and this man has peace because the oppressor doesn't really feel what the oppressed is feeling. So to them, it's like, hey man, we can continue to do this. There ain't no judgment against them. There's been judgment against us, but no judgment against them. So that's why they can do their things. Let's close with the book of Psalms 73 and Psalm verse 5. Because again, if you are not being judged like the righteous has been judged, and you can rule over the people that's supposed to be in rulership, who's supposed to be the kings of this earth, and you're the base of man, come out of your cave, and now you can rule over, and you've been given all this power to just, deceive the entire world. Why in the hell would you have any doggone type of fear? This is Psalm 73 and Psalm verse 5 said, they are not in trouble as other men. They're in trouble like us. They're in trouble like the rest of these other tribes, okay, who just follow them. They certainly is held not like trouble, okay, like the children of Israel, us so-called Black Americans and Latinos, says, neither are they plagued like other men. They don't have the sickness. Still living to be doggone 3 digits. They kidnap some kids, and take their heart out and like transplant them into these old crackers, They live it up, man. They don't eat the same crap we eat out here. They already know what the deal is. Why would you eat the poison that you put out there? They don't eat that. Okay. They get to go first in the list, or they have a special list for them to get those liver and heart transplant and stuff. That's why you see them. They can smoke like a chimney. They can do whatever the hell they damn want. They don't have to worry about it. Okay. They guaranteed if they can, all they have to do is just go and just kidnap a Jake and just take the organs. Okay. That's big business. It said, therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. They're very, very, very evil. And violence isn't only necessary just using the sword. Violence, when you have people starving, living in their car, when you tricking them in contracts, okay, knowing damn well that they now become a prisoner to you. That's violent, man. Okay? That's violence. When someone just constantly have a grasp over your life, that is violence. And this is how Esau has always used the fear tactic. That's why he puts embargoes on other nations. That's why basically, Jacobs, we've been under embargo since we've been over here, man. Okay? We've had sanctions against us over and over and over and over. Why the hell you think they have friggin' doggone what? 2,000-3,000 different laws? There's a new law every doggone week this man makes up. Because it's always that. Oh, wait a minute, we forgot these. Oh, damn! These Negroes and Latinos, they're getting away with this. Okay, we need to create a new little law, and everything is all about us oppressing us. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than they can wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Why? It ain't affecting them. Imagine that. You go in 2 boxes in the ring, and all 1 box is he's just throwing haymakers after haymakers. No punch thrown back at him. That'll feel good, right? Walk out there with a big purse. That's Esau right there. So, Lord willing, hopefully, life was edified today. I'd like to close by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Shema Shai, by Shema Kakadash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and apostles of great millstone. Likewise, brothers, that they're putting on the truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep of deep brothers and sisters. To you in Shalom.